Hey, what's going on? It's the Petrolist.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dalton from the Petrolist, and it's time for some midweek thoughts. Something that I find particularly interesting this week is that 4,000 dealerships, and we're talking dealerships, like businesses, not 4,000 individuals, but 4,000 dealerships across the United States have written a letter to President Biden to ask him to pump the brakes on the EV mandates. Currently, the regulations say that by, I believe, 2032, 2/3 of all new car sales need to be battery electric vehicles. Regardless of how you feel about electric vehicles, that is a huge change in a short amount of time. And in order for that to be successful, people have to want to buy into that, and apparently they're not. So EV demand is not keeping up with the influx, is what the dealerships are saying, and essentially they're piling up at dealer lots. Sadly, dealers right now aren't in control of their own inventory. They kind of have to placate the regulations, and so do auto manufacturers. They have to make things that they're not sure are going to sell. They have to ship things that they're not sure are going to move. Some of the problems, we all know them: reliable charging network, grid stability, and people are kind of starting to either wake up to the fact or care about the fact that the supply chain is, well, it's kind of abysmal right now. If you look at the terrible, humanitarian conditions for, say, cobalt mining in the Congo, or if you look at the way lithium mines take up water from local water tables and are causing, serious damage to, local populations, that's not necessarily, in my opinion, the most green thing to do. Now, that said, I'm not someone who's like, give me gasoline or give me death. If you watched my podcast with my buddy Guy, and he's going to be coming back in January, looking forward to that. If you watch that podcast, I say that I'm all about the right solution. Now, selfishly, I do like gasoline cars for my, sports cars and, trucks and whatnot. But, if you have a minivan, or I don't know, you do what you want to do, and, everyone else can do, every individual can do what they want to do. But that doesn't seem to be the case with some of the mandates, and that is causing problems. You would think that this was just in the red states. It's not. 336 of the dealers that signed the letter were from California, 167 were from New York, and 62 Washington State. And just to give you a sense for what's going on, it takes roughly 65 days to sell an electric vehicle, which is twice as long as a gas-powered counterpart. And that's even with subsidies and deep price cuts. Rivian stocks are going down, and I believe Tesla stocks are going down. And I think it's kind of interesting because, whether it's cars or purses or shoes, consumers are going to gravitate towards something. Either they really like them, or it's the best bang for the buck, or it's incredibly useful. And in my opinion, you can't sell a $25,000 vehicle, but then say, here's a $35,000 alternative. That doesn't quite work as well. And so that's not just me making stuff up. The 2024 Hyundai Kona electric vehicle starts at $35,000, while the gas counterpart literally starts at $25,000. That's kind of a problem. So you're not really hearing that a whole lot on, mainstream media. I'm not someone who's trying to take over reporting or anything like that. I just talk about car stuff that comes up, and this is a little something to think about. I know that a lot of the folks that watch my channel, they are curious. Should I buy an electric vehicle? Should I buy a gas-powered car. How long will I be able to drive my gas-powered car? Ultimately, I can't give anyone any advice. I just think you should spend your money on ultimately what you want to spend your money on. And, don't let, social pressures or anything like that dictate. If you want to drive a Miata and you don't care about people seeing how small your car is, then go for it. That's my advice. Go with your gut, go with your needs, go with your finances. That's it. Hopefully there's some Formula One news for next week. The grid is stable for 2024. There are going to be car changes coming up, and hopefully we get stiffer competition. And if you feel like it, there is the Formula None video, which is my first short film. If you've seen it, thank you. If you've not, check it out. I think it's pretty cool. I've never done a short film before, and I had quite a good time creating it. All right, I'm out.